Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Microsoft Pulse. It's the Tamara and Tom show today, and we're going to be going over what's in development, what's rolling out, and what is launched on the Microsoft roadmap so you don't have to. So, Tom, would you like to kick it off with what's in development?
Sure, I can do that. So, a couple things with Microsoft SharePoint on Stream, probably the classic, or no, SharePoint on Stream, that's the new one. And also a whiteboard one. The whiteboard one is save and share user templates. So users are going to be able to have the ability to save whiteboards as a template, and we'll be able to share that template with other individual users. This is huge in my estimation, because if you're used to having a certain whiteboard set up, it's a pain in the butt to have to go and recreate it every single time you're going to do that. It'd be nice to be able to create that as a template, and then you can just reuse that over and over again. Nicely enough, that is going out to the whole spectrum worldwide, GCC, GCC High, and DoD, and you should be seeing that in December.
Which implies that whiteboard is coming out to DoD because we don't have whiteboard yet.
That would then imply that, yes, it would be. So cool stuff. And then SharePoint on Stream, inline playback of videos in SharePoint highlighted content web parts for carousel and film strip layouts. Also inline playback of videos and SharePoint highlighted content web parts for grid, list, and compact layouts.
This makes me excited.
Yeah, this just follows along with this change that they just recently made, where if you have a video in a hero web part, you can click on the link and it doesn't take you to some other page. It leaves you on that page and it shows you the video within the context of that page. They're just rolling that out to be more consistent in different web parts. And again, not losing the context of the page where you found it and having to go back and try to find it again is a good thing, in my opinion. And that's going to be in September. And again, that's worldwide, GCC, GCC High, and DoD.
All right, Visio got some love in development. Business process model and notation shapes in Visio for the web. This is for plan 2. Remember, in Visio for the web, there are 2 plans. There's plan 1, which is like the generic brand. It's like a black and white container. You don't get all the bells and whistles. It's enough to get things done. Plan 2 gives you more of the full meal deal. But of course, the desktop is going to give you everything that you're looking for. So you've got kind of like small, medium, and large. Also, the Visio icon stencils in Visio for the web. So you can create engaging visuals with 30 new icon stencils and more than 1,000 new icons for various categories like accessibility, analytics, commerce, education, interface, medical, and more in Visio for the web. Also, we've got new sample diagrams so you can create engaging visuals. They've got the exact same description.
They like engaging visuals.
Engaging visuals. It's like the person who was sitting in the room and went, oh, I know.
Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste.
Let's call it OneDrive for the personal storage, and let's call it OneDrive for the sync client.
There you go.
I would like to meet that person.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. Also, Visio, fault tree analysis, EPC, audit, and compliance stencils in Visio for the web in both Visio Plan 1 and 2. So users with Visio Plan 1 or 2 licenses will be able to create additional business diagrams from a blank drawing using 4 new business stencils for Visio on the web. Now, all that love is coming out to Visio in September of this year. And it's rolling out to GCC, GCC High, DoD. So everybody's getting some love for Visio Online.
Which I think is great, because I think that's something that hasn't quite hit its stride yet in terms of people understanding they can use Visio on the web as opposed to having to go with the full-on Visio desktop client and all that good stuff. So I think this
and it comes with your license.
Exactly. So a couple that I've seen that I also like here.
Mm-hmm.
Outlook on the web, update to the location of message compose options. So if you're used to using the Outlook web client or the web browser, they're going to be changing location of some of the compose options, including the send, discard, and formatting options. This is going to bring it more in line to what you see in the classic and new Windows-based Outlook. Now it says this is coming out to GCC. I don't know why it doesn't say worldwide or anything else, but GCC, you're getting your own special thing. Awesome. And then one other thing, SharePoint, people web part on media or people web part medium card. So if you're using the medium card layout for the people web part in there, you're going to be able to put a short description accompanying a person's photo, which I think is really cool because sometimes just have their name and their title. You may want to have a little bit responsible for blah, blah,
Yes,
blah.
that's
So being
exactly
able to
what I
have
was
that
thinking.
in there, I think is awesome. So that's coming, should be out in September this month. And we'll see how that one goes. It doesn't say what tenants, it just says SharePoint. So I'm assuming it may be across the board.
Great. And then Microsoft Lists, add or update images in Microsoft Lists via Power Apps. So Power Apps image controls are now fully connected with image columns in Microsoft Lists. So you can add, update, or delete images from a list through Power Apps.
I think that'll be good. I haven't got to the
Yeah,
point where I'm using it. Interesting, it says DoD, GCC High, and GCC. So I'm assuming I can do that already in worldwide? I don't know.
maybe
Maybe not.
not.
One of these days I will be a Power Apps expert. I am not right now.
No, today we're a Power Apps baby.
Yeah, I'm not even sure we're an embryo, but yeah.
Do you have
So
anything else in development?
I
Anything
really,
geeky you want to cover for Adam?
no, not really.
Okay,
I'm good with going to rolling out.
let's move to rolling out then. What do you want to start off with, Tom?
So there is one for Microsoft Streams, on-demand caption and transcript generation for supported languages. So if you have edit permission to a video stored in SharePoint or OneDrive, this feature allows you to generate closed captions and transcripts for the languages spoken in the video. And then it gives you a huge laundry list of languages that are supported. So again, if you're into wanting to, do your own closed captioning or transcripts, you can now do that much easier than you could before. And then the other one is forms. Distribute your forms by using Teams as a new channel. So this is great in the fact that you can directly share your polls in their Teams chat and channels right within Forms for the web. So in effect, you can say, instead of just, oh, this is part of Microsoft Forms, you can actually say, this is Forms and I'm publishing it too, and then you specify your channel. I think that's going to be huge to allow people to create things that are going to be specific really just to a segment of the company population organization. You can just say, hey, I want this to go to a team because this is going to be specific for that particular team, and just launch it directly there. You don't have to give them a link. You don't have to, send an email out saying, hey, here's this, please go look at that. It's just poof in their team space. So looking forward to that. It says August, so it could be out there at any point in time.
Great. Did you also want to touch on the other stream one?
The one right above it. Yes, I missed that one. Add or edit multiple captions and transcripts for a video in SharePoint Online. SharePoint OneDrive or stream on SharePoint. So it says you can upload, download, delete, and replace multiple web VTT caption files, which stands for Web Video Text Tracks, for a single video in Stream, or for a video stored in SharePoint or OneDrive on Business. Multiple caption files for one video means you can upload captions and transcripts for different languages or dialects, and you can basically do that all at once now instead of having to do it separately. So that should be out in October, worldwide, Microsoft Stream. So you probably don't have it yet, but it is in the process of rolling out according to the roadmap.
Great. And then Teams. Oh my gosh, there was a ton of stuff in Teams and rolling out. We've got external access chats invitation flow for managed organizations. So when receiving a new one-on-one chat from an external users, Teams users will now see an invitation to accept or block the external user. This is like spam blocking. This also provides the ability to block external users at any point, which revokes access to presence and incoming messages. Then we've got pre-assigned channel members to breakout rooms. So you used to be able to, or you still can, but first it was you could pre-assign people into a breakout room if they were individually invited to the meeting. Now, if they're in the channel, you can pre-assign them to the breakout rooms. Also, leave a meeting on all my devices. I just got out of a meeting with somebody who was on it on 2 different devices. And so this will be very handy, and it's rolling out in August. And then view attendance report on Teams for Android, iOS, and also view meeting transcripts on Microsoft Teams in Android and iOS. These are both rolling out in August. So now you can check attendance information for regular meetings or webinars, and also registration information before webinars on Microsoft Teams, Android or iOS. I'm sorry, I'm so glad they're making this all mobile, but I am of the age where, holy cow, do I need a big screen. So the thought of trying to manage all this stuff on this teeny tiny screen is just, it's terrifying to me.
Yeah,
But
I'm finding more and more I'm doing this number when it comes to reading my phone. So yeah, it's a good thing I have an eye appointment this month.
Yeah, I have progressive lenses, and I've been looking at my computer screen like this through the reading lenses to make everything bigger. So I just also had an eye appointment. I have new face jewelry coming.
Yes, tune in later. You'll see it.
Yes, you'll see it. And then Microsoft Teams, the transcription is going to be automatically turned on together with the meeting recording if through meeting options you have set the meeting to record automatically. So the transcriptions will automatically go with the recording that you've set to automatically start. And that's rolling out in August. Anything else in rolling out that you want to talk about, Tom?
I'll just mention one more that's out there that we could definitely talk about, and that is the Microsoft Viva. The Viva Insights app in Microsoft Teams redesign and availability via Microsoft 365 App Launcher on Office.com. So this is basically being redesigned to create a more intuitive and actionable experience for individuals, managers, and leaders. Additionally, the Viva Insights web homepage, discoverable via insights.viva.office.com, gosh, as well as on the
when
Microsoft.
You read the hard stuff.
As well as the Microsoft 365 App Launcher, is being updated to match the app in Teams for simplicity and uniformity across services or surfaces. So if you're using Viva Insights, don't be surprised if you log in one day and you just have a whole different look and feel to it, because that's rolling out. It has in August, so assuming that this is September 1st, it could be out in your location at any given time.
Great.
I'm ready to go to lunch.
Let's go to launch. I have one in launch that there are 2 in launch that I'm very excited about. But if I take them both, you will have nothing to talk about.
I only have one thing highlighted, so why don't you let me go first?
You pick the one you want to talk about, and I'll talk about the other one.
Forms, convert Word PDF form or quiz to Microsoft Form survey. So this is going to give you the ability, if you've got a survey or quiz in Microsoft Forms, when you're creating the form, it's going to give you the opportunity to upload that template, and it will take that information and do all its magic in the background, and then pretty much give you a Microsoft form based on the information it found in the PDF or the Word document. You'll still be able to edit it, so it's not like, oh, I'm stuck, this isn't what I want, I guess I have to rebuild it from scratch. You can still add more questions, move stuff around, things like that. But I think this is just awesome because, you know, no matter how much you get people to adopt stuff, you still have the person using Excel as a database, using Word as a form, you know, all these kind of things. This is going to give you the ability to get more stuff into forms be able to get it to where the information can be stored in a format that it's easy to work with. So really looking forward to that one. I looked in our tenant like earlier this week because I wanted to write a tip on it. We still don't have that one yet. So it says launched, it says August. I guess it's September. I can check again today, but I have not seen it yet. This is going to worldwide. So if you're in GCC, GCC High, or DoD, there's a good chance you won't see this for some period of time to be determined.
Yes. The other one that I was very excited about is Microsoft Teams attendance dashboard for GCC High and DoD. I got to tell you, we have been left behind and we're really sad about it. What do we want? Attendance dashboard. When do we want it? Right now. So it is launched in August. However, the description says the item has been delayed and is being rescheduled, but I'm assuming since it's in the launch category, that this is the rescheduled date.
Yeah.
And so it's measure the meeting and webinar registration and attendance data in the audience, in the attendance dashboard. I think this is going to be really helpful, especially if you're doing briefings in the DoD, so that you can actually follow up with everybody. You can email out your briefing as a leave behind. You don't have to print it out anymore. If there's a recording of the meeting, you can send them the link to the recording of the meeting. So it's all handy right there in one nice little package. So I'm very excited about that. Did you have anything else in launch that you wanted to talk about?
Nope, I'm ready to roll cancel.
Okay, I'm angry. We're in canceled. I'm angry. Microsoft Teams Adobe Sign integration for approvals for GCC High and DoD. OMG, this feature is canceled until further notice. This is a huge problem.
How so?
Oh my God, they're doing stuff with wet signatures.
Oh, still,
they have to download and print the document, sign them, rescan them, and upload them.
Would they be allowed to use
Adobe Sign? Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, that's bad.
All right, and then the other two that have been canceled is Microsoft 365 Compliance Center, Microsoft Purview, Communication Compliance, Levers Classifier. So the Levers Classifier detects messages that explicitly express intent to leave the organization, which is an early signal that may put the organization at risk of malicious or inadvertent data and exfiltration upon departure. To me, this is a little Big Brother-ish.
Well, and the weird thing is both this one and the next one, it's canceled, but they don't tell you why. They don't. Well, actually, I'm sorry, there is something in there. At the very last sentence, I saw this just now. After it describes everything, it says this preview has ended. So my guess is this was a preview feature. The preview expired and they've chosen not to actually implement it.
Yeah, the second one. So you've got the Levers Classifier, which is I'm leaving the organization. And then you have the Sexual Harassment Classifier, which I think is very important.
I would think so, yeah. It'd be interesting to know the backstory about why those are canceled or why they were not carried forward.
It would be interesting, yes. But I do like the fact that we are watching other people's backs for sexual harassment.
Yeah.
If you're stupid enough to put it in a chat or in an email, you should be fired.
Well, and I think the problem that I always hate to see is that somebody says, oh, they did XYZ to me. And they're like, no, I didn't. And then it becomes a he said, she said thing. And it's really hard to say, well, I've had this person do the same thing to me. No, I've never talked with you before. Well, now you're getting basically rumors of a trend, but you have nothing that you can go back to and say, oh, I've seen this with empirical evidence of XYZ. I think being able to classify those things and grab them through different forms of communication and then say, okay, we're being flagged that this person tends to use inappropriate language. is this a real problem? Are they being sexually aggressive or sexually abusive? Or is this a thing where they just don't understand that that's not acceptable? You know, so you train or do you fire?
In
to
this
me,
day
I
and
think
age, I
that's a
think
good
it's
idea.
fire.
I do
mean,
too.
come on.
Yeah, especially if you've got this kind of recording that's showing that,
Mm,
you know, not just a one-time, oh, I said something, oh God, that was a slip of the lip, I'm sorry, versus, no, you've been doing this all along.
this is a pattern.
This is a pattern
And
we don't tolerate.
unfortunately, it's been canceled.
Yeah.
So
Don't know why, other than the fact that since the preview has ended and apparently it didn't make it past preview.
mhm.
So,
All right. Well, that is all the information that we have that's fit to print. Hope that you found that helpful. We'll get this posted right away so that you can have the information. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye now.
hi everyone.